Hello everybody and welcome back yet again to another daily update video. My name is CryptoStash and I hope you're having an amazing week. Currently it is Wednesday and let's get right into the charts for Bitcoin, which is currently still momentum keeping up to the upside. But if we look on a lower time frame like the 30 minute, as you can see, we did get a smaller correction to the downside, perfectly retesting that weekly pivot right here, as you can see. So basically we dumped down to 108k, 108,500. So you can see this is where that weekly pivot level was, and we got a perfect bounce, and right now we are getting a continuation to the upside. If you're wondering why this dump happened, you can see the stock market basically has had also that correction, as you can see, rejecting from its new all-time high right here. Basically the not exactly the all-time high, but this previous high that we've made right here, we did get a very book-like swing failure pattern. As you can see, we went up right to this previous high right here, and then the price rejected very hard to the downside, as you can see. But as of right now, the stock market seems to be finding support, as I said, also on that weekly pivot. Also you can see our RSI got really overbought right here, touching that 80 line. So this is also another reason our indicator right here needed a cool off basically. And as for it is currently not stopping. As you can see, it did have a small drop of about I think 1% exactly when Bitcoin and the stock market had that dump. But as you can see, if we go on a hard time frame, it is currently breaking out of this value area high right here finally. So if we see that continuation, I'm expecting it to hit 3000 basically. It is just another 15% pump to the upside very soon. It's very possible that we can hit it this month, since if we look on the weekly time frame for it, you can see the weekly still has a lot of room to the upside. Also the RSI is not yet overbought, and we potentially can print another big weekly candle like we did with this one after confirming this closure above the value area high of this range right here. I'm expecting a potential, as I said, move to finally we can see that 3000 region for it. Also Solana back above its weekly pivot and currently also keeping strong to the upside. Maybe it is possible that we can finally see that breakout for Solana and to test these targets that I was talking about of around $180 for Solana. Basically this value area high right here where we've made this double top previously, as you can see, and since then we've went down all the way to almost that value area low, basically down to $126 for Solana. So still the altcoins are looking pretty nice. Also if we look at Sui also back above its weekly pivot right now, gaining some momentum. It's looking pretty strong at the moment. And this is also because if you look at the Bitcoin dominance right here, as you can see, the Bitcoin dominance is currently falling to the downside, exactly as I was expecting and I was talking about in my previous video. Finally the Bitcoin dominance is starting to show some kind of a weakness, and we saw it close a candle below that weekly pivot, and right now we are sitting right here at this second pivot support right here, basically 64. We got under 65%, and so we still have much more room to the downside. Basically if we look at the weekly, we still have a lot potential downside for the Bitcoin dominance, since the macro trend has been up, as you can see, and also very strong trend to the upside for the Bitcoin dominance. And as I mentioned, we need to see it start dropping like we saw it drop right here, or maybe even right here, for us to get some kind of a bigger move, as you know. Now also for hype is still looking pretty bullish. As you can see, the macro trend on hype has also been to the upside, but right now hype is currently struggling at its weekly pivot after bouncing from that first weekly pivot support, as you can see right here, from 37.6. So still it is possible, if hype regains that momentum and breaks above its weekly pivot, that we can see basically back to that 40 zone for hype. We are very close to it, so we just need to see a break out of this weekly pivot for hype. So if we look at the open interest and CVD for Bitcoin, you can see we do have open interest coming into the market right now. And we saw here on this correction, basically the last correction, we've got open interest coming down and also CVD coming down, so price consolidated for a bit. But once we've got open interest coming up again, basically we saw new longs opening into the market, basically new positions coming in. We can see price is currently pushing back again at that 109k. So basically still very bullish. Also, if we look at the liquidation heat map, you can see we did not grab that much liquidity from the downside. I was thinking that maybe we could have grabbed more, but as I said, for Bitcoin we did not manage to break below that weekly pivot, so no liquidity grab. And also this liquidity right here is just waiting to be taken any moment, guys. In my opinion, this week is probably going to be the week that we take out the all-time highs and potentially form newer ones. So still keep an eye on the price, and still very bullish. As you can see, today we got another 75 million of ETF inflows. Basically the bigger institutions, they are buying non-stop. As you can see, BlackRock, Fidelity, they are buying millions and millions of Bitcoin every day on their spot ETF. So this is also one of the reasons that price, in my opinion, is steadily keeping above that 100k region. So it would, in my opinion, they would have to start selling out again to, so for us to see Bitcoin below 100k again. As for the pattern, that is also currently potentially playing out as before. It is also possible that we took very long to break out of this falling wedge bull flag, you can call it like that, during last summer. But it is possible that right now we probably can take very little time and maybe even break out right now to finally create newer all-time highs, since, as you know, history does repeat, but it repeats differently every time. So it is possible, with the current bullishness and the altcoins being so low, that we can finally see a breakout happen in the market for Bitcoin to potentially 117 to 120k. And yes, guys, this should be it for today's update video. Don't forget to follow me on X, and also subscribe for the channel, like the video, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye.